Icebox on the cards. The Des mentioned it really well and broke it all down, but I want to zoom back out here one more time and just touch on what's up for grabs. For MIBR, the chance to make history for their franchise. Perennially bad in VALORANT, and now in a position one map away to punch a ticket to Toronto, to punch a ticket to Masters. Dre, this is what they've worked for. This is what this roster was built to do.
Yeah, the pride and joy of Brazil joins this team. Made in Brazil, Doug. This is meant to be. But, I mean, KRU, they need to fight back. They need to try to make another Masters. And I want to point out that the last time that Aspas lost to KRU was at that Masters that KRU attended, Copenhagen 2022. Doug, on every roster Aspas has been on, he has dethroned KRU. It's 8-9 all time. And now we're going to get this Icebox brawl. It should be a mirror comp from both sides, so it's really going to come down to who has the better fundamentals.
We'll see how this goes down. Again, MIBR on the attacking side, and straight into the action we go. This will be the first time that MIBR start on attack on Icebox. A 4-0 record, but they have never started on this side. We'll see how that double wall comp plays out. Fire. And how it stands against who's heralded to be the king of Icebox in Mazzino. He's earned that nickname. He's earned that moniker, but he's going to have to defend it here. And Mazzino is the first to fall. Kesnet, though, kind of trade back. Gets his 2, investing Aspas with it. Artzin's in a really good spot. He will punish Shy on the reposition. He's got to find a second. Drops him down now. As the mag is empty, on the swing, Artzin gets his 3, the 3rd pistol for MIBR.
3 pistol rounds in a row in a series. This is so daunting for KRU. And also, I want to break down some stats from the last map. Retakes for KRU, 2-9. This map feels like it's all retakes and post plants. MIBR were 7-9 in post plant wins, and they further that here, adding another tally to the score.
Nice!
The desk was talking about how both of these harbors have been popping off and how it's so important for harbors to do so because that ultimate, it pays out dividends.
It's going to be a mess on the other side of this wall. Yeah, Shy's going to get his 1 traded back, but take a look at the mini-map. They're crunching in as well.
Doesn't matter. The turret sniffs it out, and the firepower is so against them. MIBR so willing to take these fights. It was a very, very clean anti-eco. It could have gotten dicey, but the trades were there. Artzin, 1 orb away from that harbor ultimate. That is such an impactful ult. And you can default anywhere to grab this. You can deny the A space with a Viper spit and a shock dart. You can default B. It looks like it's going to be a heavy lean towards A.
No real utility to counter that on the side of KRU as well.
Oh, KRU, you got to try to deny this orb being gathered from Artzin. Your retakes have not been looking good so far in this series. That was the idea, but look, I mean, without more firepower here, without Kesnet to try to find an opening through these harbor walls, these harbor cascades, you have to concede, and now harbor ult is online, and you're going to have to be dancing around for some of these kills. The good thing for KRU is all 5 members are very close to this A site.
MIBR in this bonus, there's a lot behind this. They have 5 rifles, they have the Reckoning, and it is invested. Aspas swings his way into his death, but Artzin, 3 on the round for him.
What is Artzin on right now?
This would be disaster for KRU to get bonus this early.
And Art is already almost halfway to another ultimate. He gets 4 into the round.
You still have to deal with Kesnet.
But it's 1v3, and look at the disciplined approach from MIBR. He does break them all.
Cleared, yeah. And now the smoke to provide a little bit of cover. He steals a swing on the first.
Oh, it's just, they want to feed it to Artzin.
I mean, it makes sense to.
Oh my gosh, Doug, he just used the ult. He's 2 orbs away from another one.
And you wonder if they send Artzin to go hunt here. It seems like they will. Go take the fight.
Doug,
get a little bit closer.
Doug, this might be the strongest start to an attack half of Ascent ever in the history of VALORANT. It doesn't get better than this. Artsyn will have another ultimate for KRU's next gun round, bar a Thrifty.
8-1 start for him.
Dude, he's 1 orb away.
Yeah.
It's unreal what this guy just did. Such impact. Ender set it up. It seems like on this map it would be the battle of Ospas and Kesnet, but it really could come down to the battle of the harbors. That ultimate is so good on the attacking side.
I mean, there's no battle right now.
No, not at all. There's no fight from KRU. 3 flawless rounds. And there's the orb denial again. This time Kesnet here though. And with Melzer deposited in Nest, maybe there can be some damage done. But no. Full intuition, Ospas just understanding that that is the only gap. Full spam and now a pivot towards B site. I mean, when you see a Viper deposited that deep, there had to have been a supporting cast to get him there, right?
Yeah, assuming that's where the stack is, they wisely rotate away.
What a great call from Artsyn. He's going to be the one that plants the spike here.
He's doing it all.
He really is. IGLing, calling these rotations, being a menace in the server. It's a nice head-to-head from Kesnet onto Ospas, though. Still so much utility. I mean, if they can bait out this Harbor ultimate from Art, that would be best case scenario for KRU.
Surely you don't invest in here. I mean, you're at such a gun advantage. You know it's waiting on the other side. You're running a double wall comp as well, so you know where the threat is.
Yo.
Our team gets 3 more kills. 11-2 so far for him.
Absolutely electric in the server right now. And again, cool for KRU. You have another gun round. You have another chance. But you're aware that there's another Harbor ult in play.
Wow.
Very early timeout invested here from KRU.
Is it round 4?
Yeah.
Round 5?
Yeah. You have to formulate a plan if you're Adam to deal with this Harbor ultimate. But what can you really do? I think you have to try to get ahead of all this A default utility. You have to try to disrupt MIBR before they can get that ultimate off. Your retakes haven't been solid yet. You need to start building up some confidence that you can secure a retake. But if MIBR can get into sight for free and not have to invest these layers of utility, you know, the Viper Spit, the Shock Darts, the KJ Mollies, because they get that with the Harbor Reckoning, it's just going to be way too hard to run into that. MIBR, you don't really need to change anything up. I mean, you've shown a lot of A looks. 3 rounds have ended towards A. You did a B pivot already, so I don't see that changing anytime soon. Look on your screen right there. It'll be the first global event for every single player on the team other than Ospas. If MIBR can win this map of Icebox, a map that they're 4-0 on, not letting any team get to double digits. Orb denial again. KRU are positioned so far back. No operator in play. It's going to be heroics from these anchors on site. Here's that Harbor wall coming out. The site exec is going to come in full effect.
4 members of KRU, 4 members of the defense here are starting to vacate and give some of that space up as the Reckoning causes problems. Creates bedlam on the site. And MIBR waltz their way in. They've taken all the space they want. Keep a close eye on the flood for KRU. What's a trigger for them to go? That first cascade, that first layer of utility. Trying to keep them back. Shen, I'm down in hell. They flood onto a Mazzino. Finally finding a little bit of success as Melzer gets in on it as well. But Verno and Cortesia side by side. Trying to stop this as Melzer's left in a 1v2. Starting to get spammed through the box. Cortesia cleans him up. MIBR continue to pile it on.
MIBR are the final boss right now. Even when they're down numbers, there's just somebody that's going to step up to the plate. Oftentimes it's Verno. Ridiculous shots.
1 enemy remaining.
A 2v, what, 2v5, Doug? It's just ridiculous what we've seen here today. MIBR, the form that they've approached this playoff has been outstanding. And now, sights towards B, Kesnet, Jet Knives versus Aspas Jet Knives.
Immediately having to dash away.
Did get a tag, but see, MIBR rotating away. A lot of mid pressure from Shenum as well. This is a place where he thrives himself. He always finds this aggressive timing in mid, and he's conditioning it on an anti-eco round. A site is for the taking.
All attention that way. Kesnet's been real quiet. He's got to convert something with these blades, but Aspas has already taken all the space. Then dashing back, waiting for the challenge, concealed behind the Cloudburst, and now swinging into it, spotting a couple. No kills found. Meanwhile, Kesnet is having to do a bit of the same. Can they alleviate some of this pressure so far? KRU finding success with the Sheriffs. A reckoning of their own now. As Cortesia crumbles, Aspas left alone. Got Blade, 25 HP. Kesnet's gonna stick the defuse the whole way. KRU get on the board.
KRU finally winning a retake on this map of Icebox, with all the cards stacked against them as well. I believe it was Adverso coming up huge with that Sheriff, just jumping out of heaven, getting multiple kills. Keeping his team into this game. If you're down 6-0, another gun round, MIBR would have been in such a great position to keep snowballing with the ultimates that they have. And because of that, Adverso now has a Hunter's Fury that he can use. Kesnet is able to upgrade to an Operator. A chance back into this map of Icebox.
Adverso was able to contest that orb and see that there was no aggression A from MIBR this time.
Look at this fast mid lurk though. Shenum gets punished for it, but are they aware that there's two more behind this?
Oh. Adverso looking for a tag, gonna get Arzine as well. And Mazzino swinging out, getting 3. King of Icebox might not be dead yet.
Nice shots, good awareness. Burno is left in a 1v5 situation. He's gonna try to get as many kills as he can before he gets taken down. The economy is still looking very healthy for MIBR. They will have a couple of rounds, but I want to point out the awareness that KRU had of that triple mid threat that MIBR were trying to do. A nice change of pace. We saw Shenum in the last round when they got thrifty break that mid alarm bot very early on, just himself, and fall all the way back. So
30 seconds left.
It was a unique call from MIBR to try to punish that conditioning that was shown in the previous round, but KRU were a step ahead of that. So now momentum kind of swinging back in their favor. This round time dwindles and Burno just gets smothered. Flawless round win for KRU. An opportunity now to even the score a little bit. What a nice shot from Mazzino. One-tapped Shenum in mid-tube. Adverso had a really nice Sova ult set up there as well. The thing is you have no answer now for Cortesia's lockdown.
You imagine they're going to want to invest it here if they take space on the site.
Kesnet is here with the Operator. He is sitting top gen though. This is a spot that can get pushed off fairly easy. Depends on his second choice of pathing on where he decides to go.
No tag on the drone. No. Ooh, there was one. Cortesia filling in back on that space, and there's that lockdown that you were mentioning. Kesnet not finding a target with the op.
Procs the dash too early. I mean, he can try to double dip here if he wants, but
I thought he was going to.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you have to when you're running against the Harbor. Good delay of the plant so far. Cove not used. No need to. Maybe that can pay out for MIBR at the end. And this is something that's unconventional for Aspas, pushing all the way deep screens. Usually he sits all the way in the back of A site, takes that further sight line. Understanding there's an Operator in play though, wants to get ahead of it.
He loves this line, and he gets Kesnet, he gets Mazzino. falls at the hands of Adverso, but Verno popping the ult at the same time. Off the tap. A 2v2. Spam not connecting, but the shock will. What can Melser do here? Time is short, 30 HP.
Save the op.
Yeah, he's gonna, where is it? Yeah,
Save
he will
the
find the
op.
op. He's gonna get out of there.
And again, Ospas usually loves to play the actual back site of A. This time getting up close and personal, understanding that it's so hard for an operator to clear out that close left angle when you're retaking from screens. What great awareness in the moment. Kesnet has no chance there.
Last player standing.
Adverso is having such a good map so far. He's trying to keep his team into the game with his calling, with his individual prowess. But it wasn't enough in that round.
Kill them.
As we go into the 9th round, it's going to be a B default for MIBR, but they're going to be met with Mazzino here and Kesnet backing him with that operator.
They hear the shot again. The question is now for MIBR, do you double down?
Nice opener found from Kesnet. A big first blood on Averno, who's been so impactful for this MIBR squad. No initiator utility to be used now. You can play in these spots, close gen on A if you wish, but another reckoning.
I think Shenum got through. He did get through.
These are those aggressive lurk timings I was talking about.
And this round is such a mess right now. You've got Ospots up B. Artzine's all the way back site.
He can't be stopped.
One enemy remaining.
So many lurks finding value. It's all Artzin. It's all Shenum.
It's death by 1,000 cuts. MIBR. Pick them apart.
You do not expect these A-site attackers to push all the way through screens and be this aggressive.
One enemy remaining.
You expect MIBR to get the spike planted, play all the way back like they have been so far. Now, another change of a default. MIBR are going towards A. Art has been calling circles around this crew defense.
It helps when he's 15 and 6 too.
Just complete flow state, man. Mechanically and calling wise. Look at the change of pace here from MIBR as well. Just holding after showing some initial utility at A. Waiting for an aggressive push. Putting doubt in the minds of the defense. Shenum has yet to break any mid utility, so opting to go for a really late mid lurk. But KRU are kind of wise to it. Look, you see 2 players positioned here already waiting for it. He's willing to take these fights. Mazzino gets absolutely destroyed.
He's gonna get the shot onto Shenum as well, or onto Mazzino as well. A perfect start. And now they can try to accelerate towards B. You have all this utility you're gonna have to navigate around.
Viper's Pit was invested from KRU to stop the A advancement, but everyone reconvening
30
with the
seconds
spike here
left.
in mid.
Shy's in the spot to make a play. Gets past the wall.
They're
Clears the
flipping tight.
turn, and that's enough to
Strike down mid.
reveal what's going on. Meanwhile, Adverso, the other side of that crunch, getting a couple of kills. Ospas and Verno, we talked about their heroics on Lotus with 13 seconds left and Spike not even in hand. They're going to have to frag out,
10
and
seconds left.
I don't know if that's on the cards.
Good work from KRU. Good trade that Shy got onto Shenum in mid too. I like the reactionary pit as well from Melzer to kind of put doubt in the minds of the players of MIBR that were outside of A, just waiting. And it's a common thing for teams to kind of flip the map on the Viper's Pit, try to get behind them, approach from multiple angles, but Adverso just held this down. And yeah, you're right, Shy heard it every step of the way. He was able to communicate that. Adverso's having such a great map so far. Both IGL sitting at the top for their teams.
We've sung his praises so many times, but again, Artsy 15 and 7. Calling a beautiful game, fragging out, and now pushing his team towards A.
Shock dart.
Adverso feeling some of that drone pressure. And he's been under heavy fire since the beginning of the round, really. Reinforcements now arriving, and the defense has been bolstered.
He saw Verno with that drone as well, so it does make it obvious that this is an A hit. Or at least that the main pack is here.
Meltzer down low, Adverse so close by.
So, such good delay from KRU right now. That Harbor Wall is going to be able to come back up as well.
It's all a game of timing. Does Artsy clear here? No, Meltzer snaps his head back. Mazzino does as well.
Leave it to Osbos to isolate 1v1 after 1v1.
3 for him. Blades online, make that 4. MIBR get to 8.
What are you supposed to do if you're KRU in that moment? You literally held it down. You got the first kill. Mazzino's there for the trades, but then Osbos just does this. He isolates you, and then he gets aggressive with it. He wants to take these rookies to Toronto. Nice!
Last round and a half. You're absolutely right. Ult online for Shy.
And MIBR just gonna run it down towards A again.
I mean, it's been working. They try to get a tag and then maybe get a spam, but
It's a full commit again. Can they shut down Osbos with the knives?
so far the answer to that is no. Shy popping his ult. Is there a counter to this? Do they decide to scale up? Do they give the space away?
Everything.
They're gonna rotate back, and Meltzer's here. He's waiting. Gets his one. I mean, the swing was inevitable. Now you've got this awkward line in the sand as you've got to commit to this mid-fight, and it does not go your way.
And now Kesset thinks it's B, but the Harbor Ultimate being used, he's gonna have to pull out one of the most ridiculous clutches we've seen in VCT history.
A 1v4 dancing around the reckoning. First you deal with Osbos, and you do not get past the first level.
Oh my goodness. MIBR's attack side was so dominant.
For having never started on attack, 4-0, but they always start on defense. You wouldn't think it was any different.
And remember, MIBR have yet to give a team double digits on Icebox. No one's been able to get to 10 rounds. The maximum amount of rounds that a team has been able to get was 8 at the beginning of the year.
16-8 for our team, 13-7 for Osbos, a 9-3 half for MIBR. We'll be right back.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Years of nightmare, years of woes for MIBR, struggling at every single turn. But now this ragtag group of rookies, alongside the greatest to ever play the game, find themselves just a couple of rounds away from changing the entire landscape for MIBR. Close out Icebox, you're headed to Toronto. Things that were unthinkable, things that were unheard of for this franchise just last year.
And we saw brilliance in their previous rosters. We saw moments where I was like, okay, maybe they're in the right direction, but Fraud comes in, scraps it all, keeps Art, makes him IGL in the middle of Kickoff, and now he's sitting at the top.
What can KRU do on the attack? Remember, 3-0 on pistols for MIBR. It goes without saying, they need this one.
Enemy tag.
KRU are also a team that heavily favored to attack this A side of the map with Harbor. But are their post plants as strong as MIBR's were?
Keznet's already out pretty far. Mazzino committing to getting the spike down. I love a good 5v5 pistol retake.
Individual brilliance is going to be the key. Mazzino does get the head-to-head against Artson. The heavy hitter is down.
Oh, that's just one.
Yeah.
You still have the other one you're going to have to reckon with, and right on cue. Lights up the kill feed. Melser down. But they're the ones at a numbers disadvantage. They're the ones who have to take some space. Adverso gets caught on the ropes. He will fall. Aspas in a 1v3. Spike has been ticking for a little while as well. Off the swing onto Shy. He will fall. KRU get the pistol.
They finally win a pistol round, Doug. I'm glad you said it. They were down 3-0 leading into this. But it's still an uphill battle. You still have to come away from this anti-eco unscathed. You need to keep as many guns in your arsenal. You need to win the bonus because it just feels like it's the MIBR train right now. You need that energy if you want to make a comeback of this sort.
Pace towards B for the attack. The drone, the cascade, making sure there's no one waiting with a shorty or anything else like that.
It's so reminiscent to how MIBR approached their attack as well. Same concept. Anti-eco, we lean towards B. The difference here for MIBR is their silent stacks.
Kaznik gets the height advantage. He's able to clean one of them up. Spike goes down as well. No Mazzino. We talked so much about Artine and the success he found in the first half and how there were reckonings really what felt like every round, every other round.
Every gun round, yeah.
Mazzino's 2 off of his. Early.
Does have that ghost in play as well, so he will go hunting if MIBR decide to try to fall to Spike. Looks like that will be the case. MIBR do not look like they're going for this whatsoever.
Standing ahead.
They don't even care about doing damage. Mazzino needs to start holding the W key right now. Try to get that Reckoning online. You don't need to save a ghost. I guess he wants the armor. So he will not have that ultimate in the bonus. MIBR avoiding what could have been disaster. We'll be able to buy a Vandal, and he does so. Power of saving that. He still has that light armor in place. So now, again, like I was saying, KRU like to run it down A quite often. Against their match of 100 Thieves, B was a weak spot. I wonder if MIBR decided to try to punish that or just stack 4 players here to fight fire with fire.
Seems like that will be the case. This round is really important. Remember how MIBR were able to burst out the gates with a bonus. Verno just destroying Kesnet.
Headshot.
And it's Aspas who joins alongside him. The Bash brothers again of MIBR.
That's got to be so tilting. In the first 5 seconds of the round, you get spam killed running up a ramp.
Oh, we found a timing. We found a window.
Enemy down.
Cortezia is not going to let that one slip by. This first gun round for MIBR has looked as clean as it could be so far. The cool thing about the way that KRU won their anti-eco and whatnot is the state of their economy. They will still have a buy in the next round, even though they're probably going to drop most of these rifles. So the name of the game for KRU right now is just try to do as much damage as possible to MIBR's economy. Try to get some of those players on Bulldogs or
30 seconds left.
a Guardian.
Literally anything other than what they have right now, yeah.
A lot of light armors across the board, but it looks like that's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
That's us, boss.
I would love to get a replay on how Verno gets that spam kill. Was it because of a dart, or was it just a lineup? I mean, what is that?
We'll see if we get a good look at it as MIBR.
I mean, that's a ridiculous opener. You can't play the attack. I mean, no. Yeah, I'm tilted in ranked.
5 rounds between these two. MIBR again creating a little separation. The bonus felt necessary, felt imperative for KRU, and they missed that mark. But as we were mentioning in the previous round, they still have enough to invest into this purchase. And Aspas is up, tagged. You gotta get out of there. But he doubles down, he stays! And Kesnet drops him.
A site for the taking. You're going to be able to set up a post plant here, but you need to speed up. You need to get the spike planted. No pressure on the flank.
Wave crashing.
And everybody from the side of KRU, other than Mazzino, are playing off-site, using their utility. So you have to speed up if you're MIBR.
Yeah, Mazzino's not up super far either, to be honest. Now he's taking a step back as well. Fully committing into the post-plant play.
But
Cortesia plucks Kesnet out of the sky. And now the Cove is going to cause some problems. Can RT get to half? Yes, he can.
He's sticking
How
it.
much further can he go? 75%, 80% of the way there! MIBR steals the defuse!
right when KRU try to play the disciplined game, it gets snatched from them. That feels so bad for KRU. You feel like you're making the right decision. You're all playing out, using your man-up advantage. And to lose like that, it's gonna cause for desperation. And MIBR are gonna have so many rounds to play off of that. The last time out for KRU.
Situations such as these beg the question, where is the spark for KRU? What is the catalyst? It's got to come from somewhere. You're down 6 rounds. MIBR's ran circles around you really the entire series. This has just felt like a shell of the team that we came into this fight expecting. The #1 seed, the #1 team out of Latin America against the #1 team out of Brazil. This has not felt like a fair fight.
Not at all, and I just feel like Aspas just has KRU's number, man. Again, 8 out of the 9 times in Aspas's career that he's played KRU, he has come out on top. He has been victorious. 3 years in the making. And Aspas now has that operator. We have seen him get so much value on this A site with it, getting so aggressive.
Gonna get challenged right off the bat.
MIBR know what the game plan of KRU is because both these teams are so similar.
Where's the swing?
No way he gets out, right?
It's criminal. 5 HP, but lives to fight another day.
Look at the movement, changing his position so frequently. Dancing around the utility of KRU.
Meanwhile, they haven't gotten very far. Stalling out at 410. It's an MIBR-sized speed bump that they keep running into. Artine. Tux gets his one. Mazzino's on the trade, though, and now the op. Just off the mark. Shenum doing a little bit of damage, but this is not adding up to you. Verno's really far ahead of this, and he's alone. Spam connecting on a Melser. The snap on a Shy is ridiculous. A 2v2 now. As Cortesia arrives at the scene.
One enemy remaining.
He's gonna find his. Kesnet, a 1v2 with 11 HP. How does he stand here? That high-low is too much. MIBR 1 round away.
You cannot count out any member of MIBR when they are in a man-down situation. It is the most ridiculous thing. This team is so talented, Doug. Osboss not getting punished here. Yeah, he doesn't connect, but the pressure that he puts on alone allows for these rookies to step up to the plate, even the numbers, and then clutch it always. MIBR are just on a different level.
Flirting with a bid on the international stage for the first time ever. And the opportunity to qualify for it right now. MIBR, aggressive A, looking to put the finishing touches on this. See that harbor wall coming through. The drone from Verno. You've spotted at least one.
MIBR have done the same thing every round other than the eco. They've stacked 4 players towards A. They were willing from the start of this defense to fight fire with fire.
And now Cortesia's rotating over. He was playing B. He's taking all the space down mid. They've got them.
It's just a hard read every single round. KRU, they haven't changed their game plan. They didn't anti-strat themselves. They haven't flirted with B at all.
Melser 34 HP, Kesnet 26 HP. Trying to limp their way into extending this map. Limp their way into extending this series.
And even if you win this brawl, there's still a lockdown from Cortesia.
30 seconds left.
All of the walls are up, and you know they're waiting for just the right moment.
Dash proc at the perfect time, but look at the time.
And now they're going to pop that ult, too.
It's done.
Kesnet falls. Gunfire erupts as Shenum gets 2. 3 on the round. Shy left standing, and he will fall. For the very first time in franchise history, they earn a spot on the international stage. MIBR, welcome to Toronto.
And at what point do you start thinking that they can make a run for some titles, Doug, as well? I mean, the momentum that this team has amassed over the stage 1, over this playoff, you really got to feel like they're a team that could push international teams to the distance.